Hello everyone, welcome to Winged Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you stopped by my YouTube channel. Today we're going to delve into our third set of alternative cards for the May 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit called Mountain Majesties. And you can see here there were 9 cards, 3 of each design, if you had made them as intended. But, you know, around here we don't do as intended, so we're going to do something different. But before we get into that, I just want to remind everybody about the current subscription period for Paper Pumpkin is going to run through August 10th. And here's kind of a sneak peek at, looks like we're going to get 2 stamp sets in the month of August. This one has a sentiment. It says, always here for you. Not really sure what these things are. These look like some bubbles or maybe flowers, not sure. There is a couple flowers here, a heart, and this darling little teapot. I can't wait to see what is in the kit for that. So that's August kit. Then September's kit is going to be very fall themed. So it's going to coordinate with a suite that's coming out called Fall for Toil. And it looks like there's some printing on the inside of the envelopes, which is going to be interesting. Here's a little acorn stamp, a little fox, and some darling fall paper over here. So those are what's coming. If you are interested in joining the fun around here, there'll be a link in the description below on how you can join Paper Pumpkin and be part of my Paper Pumpkin community. And if you do join the Paper Pumpkin, then you can get these add-on dies. And this is the one that's going to be good for July, August, and September. They're called Circle of Season dies. There's a circle, a big hello, and this makes an acorn if you put this topper on it, and it makes a strawberry if you put this on it. So, very darling. Okay, so let's get into the cards that we're going to make today. We're going to start with this one here. So we've got card base of Mossy Meadow, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And give it a nice burnish piece for the inside that's 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to take, this was half of one of the card bases, and we're going to put that on the front here. But before we do, I have a piece of green twine thread. I think it's thread. It's not really as thick as twine. And we're going to put that around our card base here. So I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to take a glue dot. So I'm just going to take the little glue dot off of here, and I'm kind of going to put it probably about, 2/3 of the way up the card on the front. So we're just going to stick it there, and we're going to take our thread here, and we're going to put it in that dot, and I'm going to turn it over, and I want to just kind of crisscross this to kind of make an X on the front, and we can get our X just right here. And I'm going to flip this back over, and I'm just going to take the ends and put these in this glue dot as well, and that's going to hold our thread there on the back. Okay, so let's fix our front so it looks like an X. Okay. Alright, looks like we might need just another little glue dot to hold this part. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to fuss with this just a minute. This one needs to be a little, not that one. The other one needs to be a little tighter. Let's pull this one a little tighter there. Okay. There we go. Alright. That was the look I was after. Okay, so now we've got our X. Now, I'm going to put another glue dot here so we can keep all the tails to the back. So I'm going to put this right here. This will help keep this one down. There we go. So we've got our X on the front. And I'm going to trim these tails here because we don't need all this bulk in the back. So we'll trim those. Now I've got a little circle here that I cut out of basic beige using the Spotlight on Nature dies. You guys know I love these circle dies. I use them all the time. So I used this one right here. So on here, we're going to pop that up and put that down. But before we do, we're going to stamp on it. So we're going to stamp Happy Birthday that came out of the set. This is the one with the really cool font on the birthday part that I really like. So we're going to use Mossy Meadow for our stamping. So I'm going to ink this up. Let's see what we got here. And we're going to move that to the side. Looks like I lost my... Nah, it's good. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this down in the middle of our circle here. Okay, so we've got Happy Birthday. And we're going to pop this up on some dimensionals. And the dimensionals will actually help our thread here to stay in place. Because without it, it just keeps wanting to, you know, move around. So let's see if we can just tighten this one up, but just a little, if I can figure out which one it is. Not that one. It's always the wrong one you pick first. There we go. Okay. That's good. Okay, so I'm gonna dimension on put dimensions here on our Happy Birthday. And we'll get it onto the front of our card. And I'm actually going to put one right in the middle because that's what we're going to use to hold down our thread here. So if I put this, get this how I want it. There we go. And we put this right in the middle, then those dimensionals are going to help keep our thread in place. Okay, so now let's put this whole thing down on our card base. So I'm still out of seal. It's on its way. It's supposed to be here Wednesday at the latest. I'm hoping it comes Tuesday. It often comes a day earlier than it says, but we'll see. So we'll get this down here, centered up the best we can. There we go. All right, so there's that. Now, on the inside of our card, we're going to stamp this. Let's see, where did this come from? It says, hoping your day is the best ever, which came from, I thought I had it set out here. Let me just see if I can... Oh, actually, you know what? No. It's not that set. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Oh, here it is. So this one comes from the All Zipped Up dies and stamps. So hoping your day is the best ever. And these dies... This set's still available, and these dies are just the cutest. It actually has a zipper, and you can make, almost looks like a sweater front out of the zippers, and there's a pocket. It's just too cute. One of these days, we're going to make a card out of this. It's on my list. Things I would like to do. Okay, so we're going to use this to stamp inside of our card. So I'm going to ink this up. Again, red rubber, we need to be careful. So we'll just go straight down, no rocking. straight back up. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to put my ink pad away. We're going to put this on the inside of our card. A little bit of adhesive. And we'll get this down. Centered up. There we go. Okay, now the last thing, well, the second to the last thing. We're going to, I forgot, I want to put some birds up here in our sky. So the birds came from the stamp set that came in this kit. And it is right here. So let's see, where are our birds? Here's our birds. I'm going to get these out. And we'll get this on a block. And let's see. Do I want to use... let's go ahead and use green. I'll go ahead and use the Mossy Meadow. We're going to make it consistent with what we put on the front. Even though these kind of birds aren't typically green. But you know what? It's our card and we can do what we want, right? So I'm just going to put these down here at the top. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put some gems on here. I've got some faux glass dots that have this Mossy Meadow in it. So I'm going to use these. And we're going to put one here. And a couple down here. Oh. Alright, so there's one. And we'll get our last one here. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. And we'll put that one right there. Whoops. Nope. Guess we got to put it on right side up, huh? Let's put it there. Okay, good. So there's our first card. Very cute. Oh, our little bead didn't stick. Alright, well now we'll just get one that's going to stick. Maybe. These just do not like me. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. We will get that down. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so let's move on to our second card. Let me put that one to the side. Our next one is going to be a little different. So I've got a card base here out of Lost Lagoon. And it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then after I scored it, I took 2 inches off of the side here so that it's gonna fold like this. And then I took one of the card fronts and I cut it down. I'm looking for the other piece. It seems to have disappeared. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I know I had it just 2 seconds ago. Where did it go? Okay, here's our missing piece. My goodness. Stuck to the back of our white piece. Alright, so anyway, so I took 2 inches off of here, and then I've got the card base, the front, this is half of a card base that I cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, and then I just sliced it in half. And so we're going to put half on this side and half here. So let's go ahead and get that put down. Find my tape runner. Does anybody else have the problem that I have, that just, no matter how much you clean your crafty space, as soon as you start using it, it's a disaster once again? Oh my goodness, I can never find anything. Okay, so we got that down. We'll get this other piece down. And so I want to kind of line this up so that it looks like it's continuous. And it's going to go under just slightly this side. But that looks pretty good. Okay, so there we've got that. This we're going to put on the inside. And we're going to do the same sentiments that we did on the last one. So I've got a piece of Lost Lagoon here that I used the label die to cut the label. And we're just going to put Happy Birthday on here. We're going to use black ink this time. So let me give our stamp a quick clean here from the last color. And both of these, since we're going to use them both. Okay, so we'll get our Happy Birthday on the front. Go ahead and ink that up. And we'll just get this right here in the middle. Okay, so there's our Happy Birthday for there. Now, this stamp that we're going to put on the inside, hoping your day is the best ever, I had to have a stamp that was kind of skinny because this is all the piece that we have to put inside. So that's kind of why I chose this one, because it had the right, you know, orientation. So we'll go just down, up. Hoping your day is the best ever. Cool. All right, let's get the lid back on the ink pad. We might actually have no ink disasters today, because that would be a miracle. Okay, so let's get this popped up on some dimensionals. Now, when you go to pop this up, we need to make sure that we only put adhesive on the left side, because we don't want to put it on the right side, or we will, you know, glue our card shut. So we don't want to do that. So let's just put on this half over here. And we'll try to stay away from the right half. Get the backs off of the dimensionals. And then we're going to put this, oops, there. I'm just going to kind of put it right in the center. Now, I'm not pushing too hard. I want to make sure none of our dimensionals are showing, and then I'll push that down. Okay. Now, the last thing that we're going to put on the front now, I've got some antique pearls, and I'm going to put some pearls on here. So, let's see. We're going to do a large one here, and we'll do a couple medium ones. I am having the worst luck with these today. We'll put one here. And we'll put one here. And there is a very cute happy birthday card. We're going to put our inside before we forget. It might be good to put our white on the inside. And we'll get this down. I'm just trying to line it up top to bottom with this piece over here, and yet keep, I wanted just a little bit of the Lost Lagoon to show through the two pieces. And that looks a little crooked at the top. There we go. Okay, and there's our card. So, here are the two that we did today. Very cute. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you are, interested in Paper Pumpkin or have any questions, just leave me a comment below. There will be a link in the description to sign up if you want to play along. And that's all I have for today. So I will be back very soon with our fourth set of alternatives. So have a crafty day. Bye.